This show is brought to you by NMDC Group.
The UAE's Edge Group takes a 52% stake in a UAV helicopter maker. And the Eurozone recession risk rises with a grim start to Q4. You're watching the Daily Brief with Forbes. I'm Ramia Faraj. The UAE's Edge Technology and Defense Group has acquired a 52% stake in ANAVIA for an undisclosed amount. It's a Switzerland-based company that produces unmanned helicopters for various mission profiles, including surveillance and reconnaissance, inspection, and mapping and cargo. Edge Group is placing a major focus on the development of autonomous systems. It says the acquisition is in line with its strategy of bolstering its advanced autonomous aerial vehicle capabilities as it rapidly expands its portfolio of multi-domain systems and solutions. Rack Ceramics saw Q3 net profit rise 13.3% to $22.84 million year-on-year before one-offs. This came despite a Q3 revenue drop of 7.7% year-on-year to $227.88 million. Officials cite an unfavorable market cycle, currency depreciation, and rising interest costs for the fall. Revenue for the 9-month period, however, remained relatively stable with a marginal 1% decrease to $705.15 million. EBITDA rose 16% year-on-year to $46 million. The downturn in Eurozone business activity accelerated last month as demand in the dominant services industry weakened further, suggesting a growing chance of a recession in the 20-country currency union. Official data shows the economy contracted 0.1% in Q3, and HCOB's PMI, compiled by S&P Global, fell to 46.5 in October from September's 47.2. It's the lowest reading since November 2020 and well below the 50 mark, separating growth from contraction for a 5th consecutive month. Ryanair saw a 72% surge in net profit in this year's first half to $2.4 billion. The Irish no-frills airline is citing higher fares and record traffic during the peak summer season. Traffic grew 11% to 105 million passengers, while average fares jumped by almost 25%. Officials say the full-year outlook remains highly dependent on the absence of any unforeseen adverse events between now and end March, citing the wars in Gaza and Ukraine. The European Commission has asked Alibaba's AliExpress for information on illegal products sold on its platform, like counterfeit goods and fake medicines. It's using powers granted by newly appointed EU online content rules. The EU executive says it's requesting information from AliExpress in line with the Digital Services Act, which requires big tech to do more to counter illegal and harmful content on their platforms. It says AliExpress must provide the requested information to the Commission by November 27th. Mitsubishi Heavy Industries has doubled its forecast for defense orders to a record $10.7 billion in the current financial year, as Japan expands its military by the most since World War II. Tokyo says it aims to double defense spending to 2% of GDP by 2027 in response to an increasingly assertive China and an unpredictable North Korea. Japan's top defense contractor makes missiles, tanks, submarines, and other defense equipment, and military work accounts for around 1/10 of its overall revenue. That brings us to today's Forbes Real-Time Billionaires ranking, which tracks the daily wins and losses of the world's wealthiest people. Our biggest winner today is battery mogul Robin Zhang, up $1.4 billion and now with net wealth of $28 billion. Our second biggest winner today is Tencent's Ma Huateng, up $964 million with net wealth of $34.4 billion. And our biggest loser today is LVMH's Bernard Arnault. He's down $1.9 billion with net wealth of $185 billion. Check out our website and our social media for all of the latest Billionaires news. And New Delhi is restricting the use of private vehicles for a week starting next Monday in a bid to offer residents some respite from the toxic smog that's choking the megacity. Under the scheme, cars with odd and even number plates would be allowed to travel on alternate days during the period. Home to 30 million people, Delhi is regularly ranked as one of the most polluted on the planet, with its smog blamed for hundreds of thousands of premature deaths each year. I'm Ramia Faraj. This is the Daily Brief. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.
This show is brought to you by NMDC Group.